that a lot of eyes will be on gold medalist at the Olympics, winner of the Women's Open, in great form, Lydia Co.
The golden golf bag for the gold medalist. Tying up this one.
Oh, Lydia Co. taking dead aim here at 7. Quite incredible that she played here on a sponsor's invitation last year, despite the fact she was different bag. Siwoo Kim, the coach.
Just watching her on the range this morning, and just can't believe how incredibly fit she looks. A lot of stretching before she actually did her warm-up this morning. Spent a considerable amount of time. Now this for Birdie up the hill. Just gets away from her.
Well, putts from the other side of the hole have all missed on that right side. Lydia misses on the left from the other side, so they're not seeing as much break, or the break that is there.
And actually, this is the area of a game that has just dramatically improved this year. Last year, she was 72nd in putting, and this year she's gone up to 15th. So surprising miss there from the Hall of Famer. Finally got over the line in that category. Not many players get to the Hall of Fame while still playing golf. B putt.
So back we are on the tee at 8. The par 5, Lydia Co aiming over the right centre of that left-hand bunker. Lydia been working very, very hard on playing with a fade. So just taking it down the left-hand side, bringing it back into the fairway.
3rd here last year, Lydia Co.
You've got your birdie now, Gina.
From the centre of the fairway here at 8 for Lydia Co, the par 5.
You see from that follow through just how severe the upslope is that you hit off, never mind try and get to the green. We're up a tee box today as well. It's only playing 501 yards, but I don't think anyone will get there.
No, that's quite some climb up that hill all the way.
They're called, but it looks like it's just like fingers coming out and around, but all the sand is beautiful. I wonder if she got that a little bit plugged on 9. That's why it didn't quite come out.
Straight up the hill now for Lydia at the par 5 8th. Playing partners have both made birdie.
Yeah, watch this left arm. You see Hayran, you just did that. Just get those shoulders square.
Oh, perfect. Was never missing. 2 under par for Lydia Co.
The content lightness that rings around that hole. If you hit this 6 yards right of it, it just comes back to the, everything moves back to the hole. As long as you carry that front bunker, you're good.
Well, we're back down the fairway here with Lydia Co. Now you see a bit of a climb she's got ahead of her.
Just wants to aim it in between the 2 bunkers that we see by her visor. Stayed at the top of the bowl.
Yeah, be putting uphill from there.
She'd have had so much confidence because that'd have been 3 putts of that length that she'd have dropped on 9 holes. This one more down the hill here for Lydia. Still got some break from left to right. You can see the grain the other side of the hole, making this a quick putt.
Absolutely pure roll, just not quite high enough. That ball really got rolling straight off the putter, didn't it?
I quite like the fact she goes centre shafted putter, because Lydia had a tendency to kind of pull the ball, and I think with that centre shaft she can really get it hitting it out of the centre. And boy, does she still just grind on her putting. Every time you see Lydia Co, I feel like she...
Back at the tee, Lydia Co. She does have the driver out.
Yeah, Liz is unapologetic now with hitting a fade and keeping it in play, sacrificing distance for accuracy. She'll start this one at the fairway bunker on the left-hand side.
Wow.
Even more so, actually. That started at the trees.
What a great ball follow that was.
That was a big fade down that left-hand side.
Thankfully, it's preferred lies as well.
Of course, the reason...
See. She's writing down how much money she's won in the last couple of months.
It could be here a while.
Another zero. Add another zero.
Hosted a Korean barbecue on Tuesday evening, Lydia Co.
For what seemed like all 68 players that are here from the LPGA Tour, Sir Scott.
Well, Lydia has had a bit of a look at Minjee's little pitch from a similar line, just further off the green. Some left to right in this putt.
Uphill as well. Oh, she had the start line, as the graphic suggested, but just didn't quite get enough pace. Well, I wouldn't fancy mapping these greens out to try and get those putting graphics.
That could be somewhat challenging.
I like that. I'd like it to stay on a touch longer so we can really see what's going on there. But
It's fantastic, wasn't it? I guess the trouble is if you smash it through the break, you don't want a downhill putt for you next.
what these players are doing now is not just where she gets her power from, whereas you look at this angle here from Lydia Co, this is a great down the line angle just to see how she picks it up in the backswing, sets those wrists and then just cuts across it from left to right.
He's getting a substantial fade going, just keeping that on the left-hand side. Just seeing the mini leaderboard there and seeing that Ashleigh Buhai has completed her round, 8 under 64. Great start to her tournament.
Interesting when you look at those swings in full motion versus slow motion. They look so easy and so effortless.
Kind of have to zigzag your way down this par 5. Right off the tee, then you cut back left. There's a bunker 64 yards shy of the green. You want to keep yourself short of that. It's a 3-wood for Lydia. That 3-wood that she hit into 17 at the road hole was one of the best 3-woods I've ever seen.
Similar spot here for Lydia Co.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because that flag's not tucked too far over the bunker there.
Going down the grip here. Taking something off this wedge. Nobody better in the game with wedges than Lydia Co.
That was spectacular, wasn't it? Beautifully played by Lydia. She is looking so good.
We've seen all three players in this group today almost hole wedge shots.
Lydia's magical number is 78 yards. That's her long wedge. But really, when you get her numbers, she has a shot between 200 yards down to about 50. She has a club.
After an excellent wedge at the par 5 11th, Lydia Co. Should be a formality to get to 3 under par.
That was a stunning, stunning shot in by Lydia Co. Going along very nice.
And US Women's Open.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. I've had the opportunity to watch her many, many times over the years. Now look at this for a shot.
Well, this is the hardest tee shot, I think, on the golf course, Sandy.
Yeah, I do too. Lydia Co at the par 4 12. Bunker on the left is 278 away, but going downhill there. So that's
To be joined by our opening round leader, Ashleigh Buhai, 8 under par, 64. Not as good as last year, though.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Excellent round.
Thank you. Thanks for having me in. Yeah, I said to Tanya, that was a little disappointing, wasn't it, compared to last year, but obviously very chuffed with the way today went.
Second for Lydia Co here at 12. Players are hitting it close here, Ash, but typically one of the harder holes on the golf course.
Yeah, I think with that pin placement today, you can use that slope. All three of us in our group also hit it to around 6 feet. So although we're hitting some longer clubs in, you can get it close with that slope.
And what's it like coming back to a course? We mentioned you shot 10 under here last year. You're the course record holder. Does it feel different? Like, do you have those good feels going out this morning, or you just take it as it comes?
I think there's all the crowds were amazing, best crowds I've ever played in front of, and I think it's a tournament and everybody wants to make sure that they play in.
Slider downhill from left to right.
Well, if these greens are 11.5 on the stimp, that one was 21. That was quick down the hill.
Yeah, she kind of stood up there as if to say, oh, I forgot to hit that. But it got there. And did you get invited to the Lydia Co Korean barbecue this week?
I did. It was awesome. It was a bunch of us, and she booked out the whole restaurant on Tuesday evening.
just releasing on. Greens are quite firm underneath. Lydia Co from the left-hand side of this fairway on 13. This is a green that does fall from the front to the back.
Stay there. It's a little bit of a ridge. Well, okay for a poor shot.
Yeah, she didn't like it at all. Just let that one go a little bit, but the end result's not too bad. It's very warm out there. I just went for a little wander. The temperature has really picked up right to left.
Speaking of right to left, Lydia Co. Quite a bit of break here from her right to left. This to get to 4 under par.
R5.
Lydia Co on the tee here at 14. 57 yards long, this green. You look down on a very big expanse of ground.
Also a 5-iron for Lydia, just erring on the side of caution there. She does hit a cut, so would have had the day. That last hole of the day just means so much more. Co for birdie on the downhill, par 3, 14th. Too much movement in this one.
interesting to hear Ash say that she was dividing the green into sections, into quadrants, really. So, I mean, despite the fact the greens, some of them are 60 yards long, most are around that.
Event, so she'll really be pushing to finish off the end of this year strong. Well, she started very, very well today.
Yeah, just a handful of events left before the CME Tour Group Championship. But just going back to that point you made about the golf ball change as well, I actually just finished reading a Tiger book, or Tiger, and when he was in his prime, he changed golf ball, and 2 years of testing it took. I don't know when he would have gotten the time to do that much testing, but 2 years just to get the golf ball right, and I'm sure it was a fairly intricate change in the end as well.
A little bit of work left in this one for Lydia. Keep it inside the hole.
Very under par, just cruising.
She looks very chilled, very relaxed around the golf course.
Tell me, how tricky is it to get your alignment right on a hole like this when you look at that tee and it points you up into the trees on the left?
I just remember seeing, I think it was Lydia last year that actually hit it down the left-hand side here. I like what she's doing though, because she opens up the fairway. So Lydia aims left, so she's got 50 yards of fairway to hit at in width. And if you are somebody that shapes the ball, doesn't matter which way, say you're left to right, aim at the left edge of the fairway, so then you've got the whole of the fairway to hit. If you aim at the middle of the fairway, then you've only got half of the fairway to hit.
Exactly.
That's what she's been working on, really trying to stay down on it through the ball rather to that slope, don't you? It takes it all out of it. Lydia, from the sand, needs to land this 4 yards at least to the left of the pin. It all tracks down from left to right on her. Not one of her best. Missed a landing spot there by a couple of yards.
Just like you said before, Sophie, sand first, couple inches behind the ball. Some of the best conditioned sand I've seen anywhere in the world this week. Hard to draw a bad lie. Oh, there we go. Gently pays to be a Korean female professional golfer, doesn't it? They're all walking billboards.
Yeah. Lydia for birdie as well on the 16th hole. She too to go to -5.
Probably can't remember the last time she missed one of those.
I remember speaking to her after the Olympics, and she called it 3 weeks. She was like, I've got 3 weeks of work to do. I'll turn my phone off. She had the Olympics, she won that, she won the Scottish, and then it was like the project was Olympic gold, AIG Women's Open. 3 weeks, get my head down and go and do it. The emotions on the side of that 18th green between her family and herself when she realised that she had...
Drive her out, Sophie.
Yeah, that's pretty normal there for Lydia. Oh, she's taking this on.
Oh,
wow.
234 carry it is over all that water to get on dry land.
And they hit it pretty accurately on that line too. An aggressive line, the first player that we've seen take that line. It'll be an interesting yardage too from there.
Hey, if it's 78, it's going in. I commentated on her. I got lucky to walk with her at the old course, and on the final hole I was doing my calculations and it said 75, no, what was it, 82 yards, and it was downwind, and I was like...
It's a swing to die for now. Lydia Co.
Well, this is a totally different shot that Lydia has.
She's got 78 yards.
I'm just looking at the flag.
Oh, that one.
There you go.
Wow.
And probably fortunate it didn't ricochet further away than what it did, but I think you're right about that yardage.
Yeah, actually.
If there's such a thing as golf gods, this will go in for Lydia Co.
Well, it's up the hill. It's going to be a little bit of left to right on it.
Just a shorter putt on the previous hole.
Through the shadows, always difficult.
Not this time.
Their players plenty of opportunity for birdie, but find the fairway first.
Good. Well, you remember last year, Lydia Co hit an ugly duck hook down on the left trees here and had to take an unplayable down on the 17th fairway.
This is Lydia 2024, though.
New addition.
Reinvented herself for the third or fourth time in her career. And those were the shots, sorry Sandy, those were the shots that last year she hit a few ropey hooks. I remember watching her win the Saudis Ladies International and she had a left inner out of nowhere.
What do you see in this swing that has eliminated that shot?
She's just trying to get the club out in front of her more on the way down rather than kind of feeling like it reroutes behind her and left. What can Lydia do here? See, right hand low now, outside 15 feet.
Another one.
Even the best.
We actually saw a similar theme last week, didn't we? So many putts missed on the low side. I would say at least 90% of... Final player, Lydia Co. Cleaning up. She does so. They were the star trio. They certainly put on a starry performance.
Yeah, that's really so good to see. A couple of 67s from Minji, Lydia, and Ria Co, of course, 65. So there's been some serious